morning, everyone. It is me, Butterfly Spirit 314. I know it's early. It's about 7:58 in the morning. So, so I wanted to talk to you guys about something I heard at work from this girl that I work with. So, me and this girl at work, we're not, we're not like I don't talk to her or anything like that. She's just like one of my coworkers or whatever, and she works on another team. So I heard her make this comment, and her comment was Valentine's Day is only for the ladies. That's what she said. So I'm gonna take y'all back to February 13th. So I'm sitting at my desk working on a project, and one of my coworkers is on my team. He was talking to some other people several desks back from where I work, and in another department. And basically, they was having some sort of, first seemed like a calm discussion. Then it got into a heated discussion because I could tell because people's voices were raised and everything like that. And I was like, I turned around, I'm like, man, they got some conversation going on back there. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And I'm hearing people getting loud and everything like that or whatever. They'll be like, oh, so what you saying is this. So what you mean is this. And I was over here like, damn. you know. And so, you know, but they was still trying to keep it rather uh, you know, professional, but I could tell it was heated, you know. So after that conversation on like the 13th, like I said, one of my guy coworkers, he had been a part of that conversation. Um, so he walks back up to his desk and he sits down or whatever and stuff. And he sits like a couple desks in front of me. So um so one of my female coworkers that was a part of the conversation. Actually, let me back up. No, I'm confused. So, so a female coworker, she comes up and she doesn't say anything to me or whatever. Um, but I basically hear her. She comes up to one of my coworkers, the guy that sits right in front of me. He's a new guy or whatever. Just joined the team about maybe 3 months ago or something like that. All right. So um, she says to him, totally innocent party. He ain't say nothing, or he wasn't even part of the conversation. Hell, I wasn't even part of the conversation. I got a couple other coworkers, what I'm saying, that on my team that weren't part of the conversation. Only one of my coworkers was part of the conversation, right? So, so she comes up to one of my coworkers who wasn't even involved in the discussion, or anything that the heated discussion that she had been involved in. So she says to him, "So what do you think of Valentine's Day?" She's like, well, you agree that Valentine's Day is for the ladies, right? You agree with that, right? Now, he was totally, what I'm saying, he was minding his own business, doing his work. And she comes up to him. And I could tell by the way that she was talking, um, she was, I could tell she was, waiting to like, you know how like a cat will pounce on like, on its prey or whatever, it's like she was waiting for him because he was a guy. She was singling him out, you know, and waiting for him to say something so she could, she could try to prove a point. But he wasn't even a part of that conversation. All right. So he gave his response. Now I didn't hear all of his response because I was working on the project. What I did catch part of is he was, rather calm or whatever and stuff and things. And, you know, his perspective, and he does have a girlfriend. So, he was giving his perspective. He delivered his point to her about, Valentine's Day, agreeing with her, saying, well, yeah, women can be, Valentine's Day can come across as a holiday for women, but he also went into some other points that I, didn't hear. Right. And, I could tell by the way that she walked up to his desk, you know what I'm saying, that she was waiting for him to say something so she could try to pick a fight with him. Now, here's the thing. He's an innocent party. He wasn't involved in that conversation or anything like that, right? Now, I'm going to back up before she walked up and started talking because my coworker that said sat two desks up ahead of me, he had told us what the conversation was about, which was he had said that he had mentioned that they were having a discussion about Valentine's Day and that there are some people who celebrate Valentine's Day. There are some people who don't. Uh, my so there's another lady that works on my team because I work on a team. It is me and another lady, and then there's three guys that work on my team. So, um, you know, the other lady that works on my team, she was saying, well, you know, because we were talking about, was Valentine's Day really a holiday, and this is coming from the conversation that my other coworker he had had with the people that it got kind of rowdy and all that, you know what I'm saying, got turned up, right? So he was like, well, some people believe that, Valentine's Day is a holiday and that it should be celebrated or whatever and stuff like that. And my female coworker, she has said, um, she was like, well, Valentine's Day is not a holiday to me because a holiday for me would be if I'm off work. If I'm off work, it's a holiday. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not off work, it ain't a holiday. So she's like, well, to her, Valentine's Day is not a holiday because we don't get that off as a paid holiday. All right. And, she was talking about in perspective to men, she was like, well, if a man is going to show that he loves me, because for her, she lives on her own. And so, she takes care of a lot of the things around her house on her own and stuff like that, so she's an independent lady, independent woman, I don't know why I'm thinking about that song for Beyonce and a Destiny's Child, with the, that song. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, so anyway, so I don't know. I'm just hearing the words. What's the lyrics to that song? Um, I can't think of the words exactly like for that song, but you guys know what I mean for that song with Destiny's Child, and they talking about uh the song where they talking about being an independent woman. Yeah, there's the single ladies, but it's not the single ladies. It's not that song, but it's the one. Um, it's the other one where they're talking about they're independent. You know, so it's in my head, but it's so early I can't even remember what the lyrics is. Anyway, um, so my coworker for her, she was saying, if a man's gonna show that he loves her, She would say a man loves her if he cut her grass, if he is, he's doing work around the house or something like that or whatever, things that she would have to do herself or whatever. If he's doing that, you know, cutting the grass or, taking care of the weeds or, fixing stuff around the house, that would to her would be how a man shows that he loves her. You know what I'm saying? So, um, that to her will be love, right? Now, mind you, this conversation happened before the coworker, the girl that came from the other department, walked up. Okay, so um, and that's the one I kind of caught most of it is because my coworker sits across from me. So um, then after that, that's when after we kind of had our little discussion, I didn't say nothing. I was just listening. I'm over here working away on a project, right? So anyway, like I said, coworker from the back, I can feel, I could feel like she came up the aisle and then she stopped at the coworker in front of me, stopped at his desk, like I said, I could feel that she was pissed off and she wanted to snap on a guy, right? Because she ain't stopping my desk. You know what I mean? So she stopped at, the guy sits in front of me, his desk. You know, he carried the conversation on with her fine or whatever to try to diffuse the situation. But um I could kind of tell what her saying, well, what don't you feel Valentine's Day is for the ladies? I could tell she had like a raised voice. She seemed frustrated. She seemed like she wanted to be right. Um, and she just seemed like she wanted people to take her perspective and only listen to what she had to say. Right now, I'll say what I will say about this coworker. Well, her, I don't talk to her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in passing, I'll say, "Hey, how you doing?" or whatever. But I don't really get into deep conversations. You know what I'm saying? But this is a coworker of mine. She has been in relationships with guys. A lot of times, she is the one who, um, from from the conversations I've heard her kind of talk with my other coworkers about. Um, she's kind of the type where she wants to call the shots in a relationship. She is a very firm believer in that, so she's a daddy's girl. So, she thinks that, I believe she has a good relationship with her dad and stuff. She feels like, her, male family members can help her out, and stuff like that. And she can help out her family and stuff like that. But on the flip side, she also believes that when it comes to a man, because she mentioned that she had dated a guy, she wasn't talking to me, she was talking to some other people. She had dated a guy that would do things for his mother and stuff like that, and his female relatives and stuff. And she was talking about, well, nah, he shouldn't be able to do that. I'm a daddy's girl. I deserve to get, to be this or whatever. But for a man, him being a mama's boy and all that, I don't agree with all that shit. Nah. And for her, that's, her perspective, right? So, and I have heard about her dating other guys, you know what I'm saying? And where, like I said, she likes to call the shots. Um, she will, break up with a guy based off of this or that, and he don't do this one thing like how she wanted, she'll break it off. And it sounds like she's been with some relatively reasonably nice guys and stuff like that and stuff like that. Seems like, the guys are very respectful, very nice, that she tends to come across and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? It seems like that, you know. But for her, you know what I'm saying, she is an independent woman, so she does live by herself. But she's also the type, she's very family oriented and stuff, but she feels like she should run the relationship, and things should go on her terms. You know what I'm saying? And so, me knowing these things about her from me hearing the conversations when it comes to her, and her being like, nah, well, he should do this, things like this, he should do things like that. And, you know, because of me hearing her perspective on things, you know what I'm saying, and stuff, I kind of feel like, I guess, the day before Valentine's Day, like, she was frustrated, right? And maybe it was because none of, I don't know if she was dating anybody or not, but she seemed frustrated, and she talked about her, her relationships with guys and stuff like that, and how, things weren't going this way or they weren't going that way. But it sounded like that things weren't carrying on into a relationship because she wanted to run the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take you to Valentine's Day. So as it turns out, on Valentine's Day, she ended up getting some flowers. And one of my female coworkers was like, "Oh, open the box, so we can see flowers." You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't know who it was from. So basically, um, when um, when she opened the box, she got some flowers and a note and stuff. And it turns out the flowers came from her mom, which I thought was pretty nice and pretty thoughtful. That her mother sent her some flowers and stuff like that. And I guess her mom didn't want her to feel left out if other women in the office were getting flowers from and stuff like that from men and stuff like that. So I thought it was a nice gesture that her mother sent her flowers. um, because at first she thought it came from, one of the guys and stuff. She was like, oh, it probably came from this dude I'm talking to or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Turns out it didn't come from the guy that she, I don't think she was seeing anybody, but I think she thought it came from one of the guys that she had broken up with. Like he was going to, try to crawl back to her or something like that. That the flowers actually came from her mother. And I saw the flowers. I thought the flowers were very pretty, very nice, and stuff. I think it's very nice that her mom sent her flowers. I think it's cool. So, you know, um, so what I will say here um, is, I guess I understand her frustration though, and her frustration, may be that because she has kind of been with guys and broken off relationships and stuff. I think for her, she wanted she wanted the guys who she kind of broke it off with. A lot of the guys she's broken off with because she's been with a lot of guys. Um, I guess she wanted them to send her flowers and to show their appreciation for her and all that. But I will say that because she was willing to come up to one of my male coworkers that was totally innocent and be like, "What do you think of Valentine's Day? You think it should only be for the ladies?" You know, because she came up to an innocent person like that, I can understand why maybe the guys that she has talked to may not have wanted to send her flowers and why she only got flowers for her mother. Because I think her mother didn't want her to feel disappointed. And maybe it's because she's been talking to her mother about, oh, why can't I keep a good, why were all the good men in and this and that and other. But here's the thing I feel like when it comes to Valentine's Day, what I think about Valentine's Day is I think Valentine's Day is beautiful. I love seeing the flowers, the roses. At my job, they were actually selling roses. It was like $3 a rose. But I love seeing, the roses. Mostly there's red roses. But I like seeing the pink balloons, the red balloons and stuff, the cute desserts and all that. I love that. I really think that's amazing. When it comes to Valentine's Day, what I like about Valentine's Day is seeing that people are expressing love for each other. And this doesn't have to just be love where, a guy's expressing love to a girl or something like that, or buying a big teddy bear or chocolates or whatever. I like the fact that I saw people at the store shopping, families, shopping for just shopping for items. I thought it was really nice uh, to see that. You know, women, getting gifts for their mothers or, you know, their aunts or other people. I just love how I saw, men getting presents for their mothers or, aunts and, female relatives and stuff like that, sisters. And so I just think it's nice for people to show love to each other, and it could be buying a gift for a friend, buying a gift for your family members and stuff. One thing I especially like, one of my coworkers was saying on Valentine's Day, she has a dinner with her family. And I think that is beautiful because I think it's wonderful to have a dinner with family members, on Valentine's Day. I think that is just amazing. Um, and I think it's wonderful. I think it's beautiful because Valentine's Day doesn't just have to be a day only for um, it doesn't just have to be a day for a guy to only show a woman that he loves her. You know, it could be a day where a woman shows a man that she loves him. A woman, putting together something special, for the guy in her life. I think that's nice. I think it'd be nice for a woman to, buy a gift for her dad or a gift for her uncle or a gift for her male relatives just to show appreciation and love for them. I think this, for a man, if a man wants to show his mom or his sister or his aunts or grandmother, that he loves them, I think that is beautiful. I think that is wonderful. Valentine's Day, it is a day, but that shouldn't only be the day of love. Valentine's Day is one day, but I think Valentine's Day can be a day where people show love for each other. This could be showing love to a total stranger where somebody's short on can't pay for their groceries and you buy them groceries. That could be nice to do something. Does it have to be on Valentine's Day? No. But Valentine's Day, it could be something of a day. I think that Valentine's Day is amazing and it's beautiful. And I learned that the U.S. imports I think like 1 billion flowers for Valentine's Day across the country. So all the flowers don't specifically come from here. But I think Valentine's Day is a beautiful day, but um, I think it's important to show love to people in your life. Not just on Valentine's Day, but showing love outside of Valentine's Day, showing it before Valentine's Day, showing love after Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to be you just pin it to Valentine's Day. There are some people, for Valentine's Day, you know, honestly, some people that just want to feel loved. They want to feel supported. I think people should feel loved and supported every day, not just on Valentine's Day, not just, for a social media post for, a woman to say, oh, look what my man got me. He got me this flowers and a bear or whatever, but then she don't get him nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's something wrong with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I personally, if I ever was going to, I would feel comfortable getting a gift, you know, for a man and getting him something, special. But I wouldn't just want to wait for Valentine's Day. I'd want to get him gifts all the time to show him, hey, Hey, babe, here's something for you. To just know, to let them know, hey, I'm thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't think you just have to wait until Valentine's Day. There's, some men and women, they get in relationships on Valentine's Day because, you know, they want to feel loved. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel loved. Love is a beautiful thing. But it's also important to also love yourself as well and respect yourself. The more you love and respect yourself, the more that when it comes to showing love to other people, you can bring that love out to others, to show that you love them. You don't have to be related to somebody to show you love them. You can do simple acts of kindness, simple things to be caring and understanding. I strike up conversations with people, when I'm at work, and I'll talk to them and stuff like that. And I have good conversations with people, both men and women. And, I think in a way, it's just a way for me to connect with people, and just to understand that, we all have things about ourselves. We all have bad days. We all have good days. We all have experiences where we're nervous, embarrassed, not sure. We all have things that we experience. And, sometimes you feel like you're alone in something, but other people will have the same experience as you know. And so, just kind of wrap this video up, guys. I just wrap this up to say that, Valentine's Day isn't just for the women. You know, Valentine's Day isn't just for the men. Valentine's Day is for everybody. And I think it would be great if people showed love for other people, love and kindness and support for other people in their lives and stuff like that. I think that would be wonderful. Well, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. I appreciate this for those of you who tuned in. And for those of you who tune in after this live is over, I appreciate you as well. Thank you for watching. Bye. Have a great Saturday, guys. Bye bye.